This is today's THV at 6.
Since 1994, he's sat on Arkansas's death row for killing 3 West Memphis second graders. Good evening and thank you for watching tonight. I'm Dawn Scott.
And I'm Craig O'Neill. But after tomorrow, Damien Echols believes he'll be one step closer to getting a new trial. He says he's innocent and is appealing his conviction. Echols' legal team will present oral arguments before the Arkansas State Supreme Court in the morning. THV's Ashley Blackstone joins us live with details. Ashley?
Well, good evening to you, Craig. This is a case that has received worldwide attention, so Arkansas Supreme Court officials are bracing themselves for a large crowd at tomorrow's proceedings. People are expected from all over the country. Now, this is how it will work. Echols' lawyers and the state will each get 20 minutes to argue their case before the 7 Supreme Court justices. Now, the time limit may seem short. However, they are quite familiar with this case. They have been reviewing the briefs and new evidence for about 2 years now. Also, as we told you recently, cameras have been installed in the court, so proceedings will be live streamed on the web. It is a first in state history. Also, recently, we had a chance to speak with Damien Echols from death row.
I have more hope about the Arkansas Supreme Court hearings now than I did 6 months or a year ago. And I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because they're going to have a camera in the courtroom, where people can actually see what's going on. And I think that's been a lot of the problem with this case from the very beginning, is the lack of transparency.
Echols' arguments for a new trial are that DNA found at the scene doesn't match the 3 men, but rather one of the victim's stepfathers, Terry Hobbs. Plus, there's 3 witnesses claiming they saw Hobbs with the boys shortly before they disappeared. And finally, a sworn affidavit that the original jury foreman engaged in juror misconduct. Now, the court says it will open an overflow room for people who can't get seats in the courtroom. Proceedings will start at 9 a.m. Of course, if you are interested in watching the arguments live, we will have a link on our website at today'sthv.com. Craig?
All right, Ashley Blackstone, thank you. 2 other men, Jason Baldwin and Jesse Miskelly, are serving life sentences for the triple murder. Supporters will host a vigil tonight at 7 at the Quapaw Methodist Church in preparation for tomorrow's hearing. Plus, our top story.
9 times out of 10, anybody that looks at this case automatically comes to the conclusion that we're innocent.
Supporters of Damien Echols gather on the eve of his biggest court date yet. Your news starts now.
Now, all of your news and weather in the first 11 minutes. This is 11 on 11. The THV 10 o'clock difference.
The Arkansas Supreme Court braces for a major round of oral arguments in the West Memphis 3 murder case. Good evening and thank you for watching tonight. I'm Dawn Scott.
And I'm Craig O'Neill. Tomorrow, justices will consider an appeal from Damien Echols, one of the men accused of murdering 3 second-grade boys back in 1993. Tonight, supporters for Echols and the 2 other convicted men gathered for a vigil in Little Rock. THV's Max Siegel is live in the Information Center with more. Max?
Hey there, Craig. More than 100 supporters of the West Memphis 3 all came out to a Little Rock church tonight, some coming from as far away as Australia and Canada, all of them continuing their call for justice.
Let me begin in 1993.
The story of the West Memphis 3 plays out for this crowd of supporters, watching a case cracked way too early, if you ask them.
There's no way a jury today would convict them.
I've been following this case for a while and would like to see justice served.
A sense of passion burning bright at this vigil for Damien Echols, Jason Baldwin, and Jesse Miskelly, all convicted in the 1993 murders of these boys, found bludgeoned, hogtied, and naked in the woods. Echols went to death row.
I have more hope about the Arkansas Supreme Court hearings now than I did 6 months or a year ago.
Today's THV recently talked with Echols leading up to his fight Thursday before the Arkansas State Supreme Court. He's hoping for a new trial in his case.
There never has been any physical evidence ever that linked any of the 3 to any of the victims.
Supporters also cite witness accounts of another suspect, plus previous juror misconduct. Prosecutors and police won't comment on these claims.
I feel like if the court actually sees the evidence presented, that hopefully they will do the right thing.
I'm feeling optimistic. Perhaps the eternal optimist. I think this is just a necessary step. This is Damien's last chance.
For a different ending,
These are notes
to this divisive story. Now, many of the supporters out tonight say they will be at tomorrow's oral arguments. They begin at 9 a.m. and we're told each side will get 20 minutes to present their case. Craig, back to you.
All right, thank you, Max. These proceedings will also be broadcast online. Cameras were recently installed in the Court of Appeals for all Supreme Court dockets. We also have a live stream on our website, today'sTHV.com.